Now we will proceed in these matters as follows. By tomorrow, we will issue comprehensive directions on various issues. But importantly, parties are already aware that there are two cohorts of matters. The first cohort involves the petitions which were filed challenging the happenings before the National Assembly. Those petitions will proceed as cohort 1. They are the subsequent petitions which were filed challenging what transpired in the Senate. That is cohort 2. By tomorrow, we will deal with the issue of consolidation. We are aware of the powers this court has on the issue of consolidation, just like how we exercised the powers yesterday. We may decide to either hear or give directions on the consolidation. However, we are in agreement that the next application in line can only be one, and it is the application for recusal of this bench. And that is the application which, after we do everything, tomorrow at 2:30 is up for hearing. If you intend to participate in that application, in the second cohort, that application is coming up for hearing tomorrow at 2:30. In the morning, we will deal with the issue of consolidation. That one we will give directions on that. So that is the way forward. Prepare to hear the application for recusal of the bench tomorrow at 2 p.m. In the morning, we will deal with the procedural issues of consolidation and any other issue which may arise in cohort 1 and cohort 2. Thank you.
And those are very clear directions about your leadership, and we entirely agree that we will assist in the orderly progression of the hearing of these matters. Thank you.
Just for the record, my lord, we assume it is all the 3 applications for recusal because
there will be no other application for recusal. We will hear what is on record, and it will be a ruling will be delivered. There will be no other application for recusal, and we think that that should come first, because if you don't want the bench, there's no reason why we should do any other thing.
My lord, I was only pointing there 2 or 3 of them.
Yes.
And the only clarity I'm asking is whether all applications for recusal will be handled together.
Yes, together. All will be handled together.
Yes.
Your Lordship, finally, as you categorize these pleadings in cohort 1 and cohort 2, kindly allow me to remind the court that the last time we were before you on the 16th, the court gave or granted leave for parties to amend their petitions. So there could be petitions that have now crossed over to cohort 2, pursuant the amendments bring in light with what transpired. Perhaps the pleadings will bear witness.
Mr. Ndegwa, those are some of the preliminary issues which we'll deal with in the morning. But principally, prepare to argue your application for recusal at 2:30.
I am ready even now.
Before we break, and with your very kind permission and indulgence, I would like to put the deponents of the affidavits that have made very, very grave allegations about judges of this court to be present tomorrow at 2:30, because we reserve the right to cross-examine those deponents and to move the court as appropriate after that.
Yes.
Well, perhaps if I may request that the court supplies us with a typed copy of the ruling that you have delivered today. We know you are working under very tight timelines, but we would very much appreciate a typed copy of the ruling that you have delivered today. We believe it may be useful in the tasks at hand tomorrow.
Finally, Your Lordship, this is the ruling that you delivered on 16th of October in the consolidated petition 522. Maybe we can get a copy of that ruling as well.
The ruling should be available. So, yes.
Finally, my judges, I think there is a law about service, that there are some parties who are present and have not been served, and we've been hearing this from the inception. I think tomorrow we settle the issue of service. We also settle the issue of filing of any affidavits or responses that ought to be done, so that after 2:30 we know how best we're going to proceed without people intervening with "I have not had sufficient time to this or that."
And I think before my presiding judge addresses, I just want to remind parties that we are using technology to move. To me, the issue of service should not be a big thing, because if you are mapped into a matter, automatically you get everything, unless you are not in the system. And if you are not in the system, get in touch with the deputy registrar. As simple as that. So that we avoid these issues of I was not served, I was served, I was not served. Let us make use of the technology at hand. Thank you.
May I suggest that, the Lord, we are appearing tomorrow in the ceremonial hall at 11. I was going to plead that any other issues being raised from the bar be raised tomorrow at 11.
No.
As the chair of all the people who are retiring,
Just to avoid any doubt, the application for recusal will be heard at 2:30. Whether you have responded to it or not, we will hear it. we will not allow any adjournment on it.
At what time tomorrow morning, sir? Because some of us didn't get there.
Tomorrow morning at 9.
At 9, yes.
Yes.
And what you told you that? It's at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
We're most blind ones.
For clarification purposes, is it physical or you can do virtual both?
So I think that concludes our sitting today. That concludes our sitting today. See you tomorrow.